All right, today we're going to be working on a Keurig Express, a K Supreme, and the tools you'll be using are possibly this tiny screwdriver Phillips head, and then I have a larger Phillips head here, and then I also have this incredible fine piece of machinery here, straight from China. It's a plastic, flat on one end and pointy on the other end. So you can also use it as a tool or a weapon if you're in a pinch. All right, so first thing is always make sure you never work on any kind of electronics near water or have a device plugged in. Always want to unplug for safety first. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this unit and we're going to flip it over. And there's some magic secret compartments on the bottom here. You'll see you could put your thumb in there. I think it has a letter A on it. So you just move that out. And then you take this cord here and you pull it out of here. And then you're going to slide this back a little bit. And then under door number 2, there's a magic screw. So we're going to take that screw out here. Get rid of that. And then you'll also notice under this plastic here, there's some magic hidden door rubber pieces. So we're going to take this. I got a little tool here. It just fits in snug, so it pulls it right out. It could also be like a shish kebab. There's one more over here. And we're just going to set that down there. And then there's 2 hidden screws down in the bottom here. Trying to have it on camera at the same time. And get the other screw out. And basically this is just, the Keurig is snapped together like a giant Lego piece. So once you get the screws out, just kind of let them fall out here. There's one more in there, it didn't come out. Alright. Have to be careful with the butter hose down here. Alright, so now we're going to focus on the back piece here. There's a QR code and a QR code, and this is like the top, obviously. So we're gonna take your fingers and just kind of work it here. And the back piece is off. And then you're going to work on the top piece. It just kind of slides out. There's little grooves here. And then the sides, basically, on the bottom here, there's little tabs. And just pushed them in here to kind of help out release the plastic sides. Basically, you just kind of lift up on the sides and they'll kind of come loose here. And basically what we're looking for is there's a thermal set switch inside. It's kind of hard to see, but there's a little motor here to pump the water through. And the little switch is buried. It's really hard to see with the camera. There we go. So basically, we're trying to get into the middle of the switch here. And that's a reset button. It's gonna be a good challenge to try to get in there. I could take it off, but might not be worth it. So I have one of the SIM card release things from a cell phone. You could also use a paper clip or a pin if you're in a pinch. So I did kind of depress it. There's a little, it feels like a little switch inside, obviously. But I want to make sure there's no metal. You don't lose the piece in there. I'm going to try it one more time just to be sure. So I was on a little bit of an angle on the other attempt. All right. So what we're going to do now is see if we can power it on. You should really put it back together first before you attempt to power it on. But instead of putting it all back together and not having it work, I'm going to check it now. Kaboom! Oh, look, it powers on. Yay! It powers on, so the little switch was the missing link. Alright, so that test is good. I gotta work on the fun part, putting it all back together. What a mess. Got Chinese screws everywhere. Alright, so I'm gonna start with the sides. And there's little channels on the bottom here. I'm gonna try to just seat them in to the bottom here. Line up the other side. That looks good, so we got the sides on, and then the top piece, there's little grooves here underneath this top ridge, and basically just line up the top with those grooves, and then just push it, make sure everything lines up, and then the back piece. Just make sure that the Keurig label is at the top. Give it a good tip here and there. Out the side didn't work too good. This is not going as planned. Come on, China. There we go. All right. The China box lives another day. All right, so now we're gonna work on the screws. All right, so we got screw here. And another screw over here. It's much easier if we just flip it upside down, but I'm trying to do it in the camera, so Pull out the magic water tray. Put back in the secret screw. And then just be careful of the water tray and the hose. You don't rip it off. That would be another project. So that's set up. Put in the magic secret number A box. Click that in there. And then put in the magic rubber secret doors. Go back in there. And then number 2. Alright, and then make sure you put the cord back in the groove here. Alright, I think that's it. And then just put the water tray back on and give it a test run.